Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm back building in The Sims. Not that I'm doing anything else at the moment. So today I decided to let myself be inspired by those apple boxes that you just saw and just make the shell look like them, or at least approximately look like them. In the apple boxes themselves don't really shift as much, so the middle one isn't as far rotated as The Sims forces me to do, but I think I did an okay job to mimic the apple boxes. I think they're apple boxes, I'm not even sure, but yeah, I decided to call them that. Yeah, and I made the shell as you can see, and now I'm just building um, the rest of the house. So I made it a family home with a pool in Oasis Springs, and I did it on a really small lot because I thought it would be an extra challenge, and also that lot was empty for me. I hadn't built on that lot yet in the save file that I chose. And as you can see, I didn't use the wood color of the apple boxes in my build, so I just decided to make it a little bit more colorful, essentially. So, because the build is quite strange, if you think about it in as a real life build, nobody would build it like that, but um, in The Sims, everything is possible, of course. And I thought it would look really cool. But of course, that means that I have all the freedom of building whatever I like. So I decided to make it a little bit colorful, and that's why it's this red color as well as the gray. Of course, gray and the brighter gray isn't really colorful, but I didn't want to make it a wood tone like the apple boxes themselves. And also I couldn't replicate the other things that are on the boxes. So there are some apples or and oranges. I don't know, some kind of fruit on the boxes. And of course I can't really replicate that on the walls with what I have in the game. So I decided to not even try, just to make it a fun build. And because it's in Oasis Springs, I kind of wanted a pool, even though it's like there's not really all that much space for it. But I could fit it in, so I did. And I made it really small, but it fit. And then I decided on landscaping, and for that I moved the build down, even though they fixed the landscaping thing really well. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't have any problems during landscaping. And I used a lot of debug items for the landscaping, because otherwise you can't really find that many desert plants in the normal menu of the base game. There are some, and I use some, but there aren't all that many. And especially the rocks, they just don't have the right color. There's a almost white swatch, but the rocks around it are this brown color. And there's also a reddish swatch, with the normal base game rocks that you can find. And yeah, they just aren't the right color. So I decided to use debug items, debug rocks, because otherwise it just wouldn't be the right color. And then because the apple box, the top one is on its side, and you can look into the top box, essentially. I decided that upstairs the top floor would be open, and you could just sit there. Yeah, so that's why there's a half wall upstairs. And of course, I needed to be able to move up there. So I used a ladder for that because stairs wouldn't fit there. It was almost impossible to fit stairs onto the second level, so onto the third would have been impossible because, of course, the levels get smaller and smaller as you move up. So it would have been a nightmare to fit in stairs, and you wouldn't have any possible way to fit in any bedrooms or bathrooms in the second level. So it would have been really dumb to do that, or I decided it would be dumb to do. But yeah, we have ladders now, so why not use them? And you saw just now how I made it night, so I couldn't put in lights where we needed them. And now I'm changing the uppermost floor, so there would be the right kind of chairs. And now I'm downstairs outside and making the back porch pretty, so some seating and lounging. I also put down a grill and the seating with the table with the umbrella. I really like that, especially because the red swatch matches the wall coloring that I used really well, and the tone of the red of the counters is also really, really similar, if not exactly the same. So I used that as well for outside. And inside I also used the same counters, also red, just because it fit so well. And in the bathroom I also used them. I even was able to fit in the large bathtub and a shower downstairs in the bathroom. And upstairs in the bathroom, there's also a shower. So you don't have any problems showering in this build, which is a little bit too much, even because there's just a double bed for the parents and a single child's bedroom. So there would be maximum 3 people living there, and you have 2 showers and a large bathtub. So it's quite unnecessary to have that much bathrooms, but I didn't care. It just fit in so well. And I thought it would be weird to have a shower only downstairs and not upstairs. So that's why, yeah, I still have an upstairs bathroom, a full bathroom, not a half bathroom. And as you saw just now how I did the parents' bedroom, I decked it out in blue with those cool chairs. I really like those chairs. I use them a lot. And in the hallway upstairs, I use that large painting. I really like it as well. The blue and the violet, I really like them. So I put them there. I use it a lot, I think, in my builds. Since I discovered that painting, I use it often, just because I think it fits really well with some of the items that are available, and also just as a fun pop of color. So you can even use that when you use a lot of neutral colors, so browns and black and white, and that picture just fits really well. And now I deck out the desk in the hallway upstairs with a digital sketch pad, I think, a laptop, and something to listen to music with. And now I put some plants in that corner just to fill it up, because otherwise it would be so empty. And also I managed to fit in an easel there. And now I'm just painting the walls. First I wanted to go with the lilac just to fit the painting, but they were all kind of weird. because I also needed to use it downstairs, because with the stairs it would look weird to have the lilac upstairs and then as soon as the stairs started, just to begin with a beige or whatever. So I decided the color needed to be the same, and that's why I used the beige, just to have it fit downstairs and upstairs. And now I'm in the child's bedroom. I wasn't quite sure which color I wanted on the wall. First I had that pink and gray swatch, but I didn't really like it. It was just a little bit too much. So I toned it down a little with it, the wall coloring, and I made it a pretty generic looking child's bedroom. So there's Blarfy and fun colored dresser, pretty generic. And then I moved on to lighting of all the upstairs, and I finished painting the walls downstairs with that beige, and then I decked out the desk downstairs with a computer as well, and a bookcase for reading, and then I finished with the windows. I've already put in most of the windows, but near the desk downstairs I didn't have any. And then that space I decided would be really good for a cards table, just to fill the space with something fun to do. And now I'm decorating with plants, because you can never have too many plants in The Sims. And honestly, also in real life. In The Sims, they fill every corner. So whenever you have some empty corner that you don't really know what to do with and you don't have anything to put there, just take a plant and see if it fits. And most of the time, it fits. And that's what I do often. And also, I think it gives the build life, literally, because plants are life. Um, it looks more lived in, I think, because of course you can't really put in any plants in like a show home, because it would be way too much effort to keep them alive. So I think plants really show that there's someone living there and someone caring about the plants as well. So I really like having plants there. It just shows how shows the build better. And then in the kitchen, I just finished it. I've already laid it out, but now I needed to finish it with like some cabinets, and of course also some other things in the corner. First I wanted to put another cabinet there, but it just didn't really fit there, so I decided against that. And now I'm searching for a tile for the kitchen and also something for the dining room, because I think whenever it's really hot, and of course Oasis Springs mimics a hot place, I think it's often that you can find really a lot of tile in the build. So I decided the dining room would also be tile, just the living room wouldn't. And of course also the upstairs isn't tile as well. But I thought the dining room would be cool. And also I think it just looked a little odd to end it halfway into the dining room, because I thought about ending it with the fridge, but then it looked weird. And then I thought ending it after where the bookcase is, so right there, it also looked weird. So I decided maybe have some kind of diagonal tile situations. I don't know. Now I'm just further decorating, this time with window coverings. So yeah, I just put in the ones that I thought fit the best, and those beige large curtains were really cool, but only for the large windows. The other ones needed other curtains, And upstairs there's even another type of curtain because just it wouldn't fit, the others wouldn't really fit. And I don't really like the ones that I used here in the dining room for the bedrooms. I didn't like that, so I used different ones. Um, yeah, and now I'm changing the lighting situation with some chandelier lights and also some desk lights for the desks, of course, and in the bedroom. And now I'm decorating the bathrooms with some soap and some towels as well, because how would you dry your hands without it? It would be difficult. Um, Even though probably in such a hot place as I already said, Oasis Springs mirrors, it probably wouldn't be all that difficult to have dry hands after just a few moments because it's so hot outside. Where I'm living at the moment, it's also really hot, so um, I'm I'm hot in the sense that my temperature is high. Anyway, so I'm putting a stereo downstairs as well. I already have one upstairs on the desk, but with the living room, I thought it would be a nice touch as well to have one there. And then I decided, well, I have a child living there, so why not have some more kids things downstairs? I hadn't put any down yet, so I put in that drawing table and some toys, as well as that wobbit table. I think that's what it's called. Um, yeah, and then I put in some more decorations, so books and that coat hanger, as well as some pictures and some CDs. So yeah, that's essentially what I did. Also, I put it down those paintings next to the easel. I really like them. I hadn't noticed that swatch with the paintings where there's actually paintings, so there's something painted on the canvas. I had never noticed that until I watched some other build tutorial or building video where they changed the swatch, and then that's what the first time I noticed that it actually has some painted canvases as well. So yeah, sometimes you really learn something useful watching YouTube videos. Now you can see some pictures of the build. I hope you like it and you can look at it on the gallery. My ID is TGG Sims. You can download it from there, and I hope you also enjoyed the video and will consider liking and subscribing. I also hope that you have a great week. Bye.